The Industrial Revolution begins. The Industrial Revolution was the shift from the use of hand tools to power machinery. It was also the shift of people from working in their homes to working together in a central place called factories to make goods. Before the Industrial Revolution, power was provided by people, animals, as well as moving water and wind. Moving water and wind, while they provided more power than people and animals, did not bring about much power. Also, transportation and travel were slow and dangerous, so investment in business often took a long time to make a profit. Many people never did see a profit. The reason was, while ships were out sailing, it might take several years for them to come back. They also had to face the dangers of shipwreck, piracy, and war. This often led to the failure and bankruptcy of many merchants. After the Industrial Revolution, production increased greatly through the use of steam power and electricity. In the early times, the Industrial Revolution began in Great Britain in the 1700s. One reason was Great Britain had a stable government. The Parliament and the monarchy had settled their differences. The result was that Britain's politics became more stable. There was also an agricultural or farming revolution that brought about improvements in farming. Crop rotation, the system of growing different crops one after the other on the same land, helped restore the soil. There were also new tools that included the seed drill and the horse hoe. Also, rich landowners enclosed or fenced off the land. That meant that land that once was thought to be owned by the residents of a village or town now belonged to the landowners. During the 1700s, a small group of wealthy landowners controlled most of the land. They usually leased their land in large blocks to a relatively small number of farmers who paid for the use of the land. As a result, more food was produced and fewer farmers were needed, so a workforce was available. The textile industry was an important industry and one that emerged early in the Industrial Revolution. The textile industry is the manufacturing of cloth. At this time, the main cloth was linen, silk, and cotton. Cotton cloth was in high demand because of its softness and a range of bright colors. It could be washed without much shrinking, unlike cloth like wool, which shrunk greatly. At first, the cloth was produced in India cheaply. Then it was brought to Great Britain. The process to make cotton into cloth is this. The cotton bolls or the cotton puffs are spun on a spinning wheel or a machine into thread. Then that thread is woven into cloth on a loom, and finally it is dyed. Then it is cut up and sewed into clothes or sheets, curtains, whatever. To speed up this process, new machines were invented that use steam and electricity. In 1773, John Kay invented the flying shuttle. That was a one-person loom to weave thread into cloth. In 1764, James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny, and that spun many threads at one time. And in 1770, Richard Arkwright invented the water-powered spinning machine. The thread that it spun was much stronger. Therefore, the cloth was stronger. As a result of these inventions, cotton thread became less expensive because more of it was being produced more quickly. In 1793, Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. We've already talked about this during slavery. You'll remember that it removed seeds from cotton bolls. It increased cotton production by 5,000%. By 1830, more than half of all British exports were made of cotton fabric.